Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to those of you who have been here before, and a big welcome to those of you who've come over to find out what it's all about. This is my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name's Colette and I am a intuitive tarot reader with over 30 years experience. And Pisces, there's been a whole lot of stuff going on before this reading even began. So I don't really know where to start except to say that this is for Pisces Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising, as well as cusp energy of Pisces. Sorry, if you don't know where those placements are, you might want to check out the free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and find out for yourself. You may know that your sun's in Pisces, you may not know which degree it is. And finding out all that information can really help you to see and understand a bigger picture astrologically of what takes place in your life at any given time, looking backwards or forwards, or as in what's happening right now as well. And I'm not quite sure. Okay, so bear with me. Please, Pisces, just bear with me at this time because I'm having a bit of a weird experience here. So, I say weird, so my mind keeps going completely blank, and I'm just going to jump into the reading, I think. Okay, normally when I do my meditation on the cards, I get some kind of message come through, but today, for the first time ever, I got a song come through. I mean, I have had songs and things come through when I'm doing the actual reading, but not during the meditation before, so it's like a completely different thing, and I'm not going to sing it because I've only just got over my stage fright, so there's no way I'm going to actually kind of put myself out there and sing it to you. But it is a Supertramp song, and it is, the lyrics are, give a little bit of your love to me, I give a little bit of my love to you, and then it says there is so much that we need to share. And the rest of it I don't know, but that's what came through to me very strongly. So I don't know if that means anything for you, any of you Pisceans out there, whether it's a special song that you have with somebody else, because this is a love reading. It is a reading for you and the person that you have your strongest energetic connection with. And I am going to say right now that for some of you Pisceans out there, this strong energetic connection would appear to be with somebody who's on the other side, shall we say, who is kind of appearing in your cards, I feel quite strongly. And earlier on I was getting goosebumps, and my right foot started itching as well. I don't know if that means anything to any of you, but it was really itchy. My right foot in particular. Pisces, I know, do rule the feet, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it either, but it was very, very strong while I was laying out the cards in particular. So the cards are laid out in 3 sets of 3, and there are 2 separate decks of cards that I will be using for the reading. In fact, there's 3, including the cup cards that I separate so that I can get an overall idea of the energy that is in play at this time. This being a love reading, I would also just like to say, Pisces, it might be a good idea for you to check out the Venus corresponding sign. So whichever sign that your Venus is in, look at that sign as well, or that reading as well. And there was something else that came into my head then as well. I can't think. So anyway, yeah, the reading set out in 3 sets of 3. So we have the first 3 as your past energy. That past energy can be anything from your childhood up to present day, anything in between, or recent past and anything in between. Your present energy and your future energy. So it is what has been, what is, and what is yet to come. Of course, what is yet to come is the future. It can be changed. Nothing is set in stone. Although some things do seem to be more consequential, shall we say, than other things. And so the cards that you got, Pisces, you got 2 of these cards today. The 10 of Cups and the Princess of Cups, both in reverse. So it's saying to me that there has been this situation here of happiness lost, is how it's coming through. A happiness that you had that you no longer have in your life, that is no longer there. And it's earlier on it was giving me goosebumps as well, so we'll see what else comes through. But that's the overall energy, is that there was this great happiness, but this happiness disappeared out of your life. For some of you that may have been that this person, as I was saying, passed on. For others of you it was just a situation where something didn't turn out the way that you were hoping it would turn out. There was, like with the Princess of Cups, you see that she's drinking from this cup here in her hand. So there's this sense of, like, you know, you drunk from that cup of love. You took on board that whole emotional dynamic with this person. And for whatever reason, it didn't complete, is how it's kind of coming through for me in this reading. So the deck of cards that I'm using for you, Pisces, will be this deck of cards here. You have the 7 of Fire on the bottom here. 7 of Fire can be a new, like reaching the summit of something and having to kind of leap forward. But we'll see what else comes out. And for the person that, the cross-watcher, the person that you have your deepest energetic heart connection with here, I will be using these cards. So cross-watcher, just be aware, and also Pisces, that this actual reading could be swapped over as well. If the energies come through and you think, oh, that's not my part of the reading, that's their part, etc. So just swap over as it resonates, however it feels right for you. So on the bottom of the deck of cards here, we have the 6 of Cups, which is also saying to me that there is still this emotional attachment. This could be somebody who you were very connected to, like somebody who you felt was your life partner, somebody who is going to be with you through thick and thin, a soulmate energy, if you believe in soulmate energies. So I'm going to start the reading off with the 4 of Swords, or the 4 of Air. And what really jumped out at me when this card first came out was these 3 feathers that she's holding in her hand, and she's holding them behind her head, almost like she's trying to put them in her past, almost like she's trying to kind of, yeah, but it's like they're at the side of her head rather than at behind. I haven't quite got behind, but it's almost like you, Pisces, are kind of trying to put whatever this situation is, this 3 of Swords, which is Three of Swords energy is heartache, it's heartbreak, it's sorrow, it's sadness, it's something that has caused a lot of remorse, deep heartbreak, because she has this one feather in her hand down here as well, which is the fourth feather. So because this is the Four of Air, it's not actually the three. It's kind of saying that this is more about contemplation and time out. But there does seem to be a lot of reflection going on here. And it came through for me in a very kind of heartbroken energy. A deep sense of like reflection on something that has happened here in your life, Pisces. And it does happen to be followed by the Three of Swords, or the Three of Air here, which is literally the heartbreak card that I was talking about. And the words of the song as well that came through with "there's so much that we need to share," it kind of feels to me that on some level there was a lot of things that didn't get said. Or things that you would like to say. Feelings that you could only share with this person, maybe. Whether this person has just walked out of your life and left you, or whether this is a situation of somebody who has passed over, which I do feel that energy is here for some of you Pisceans out there. And I also feel quite strongly that you would like to kind of join them, is what's coming through. With all this light, like being pulled towards the light, is also what's coming through for me here. And it's kind of reminding me as well of this same kind of see-through, kind of diaphanous, that kind of ghostly. For me, usually that means something that needs to be put in the past, like the ghost energy. The past needs to be kind of either looked at and worked through, or it needs to be put in the past, needs to be allowed to be released. Because it feels on some level that there is a strong holding on to this. Whatever this may be, whether this, like I was saying, whether this is a person that has just walked out on you, or it is a situation of somebody that has crossed over, left the earthly realm. Because after the Three of Air, we get the Eight of Air, which is coming through again for me today as this kind of sense of messages being sent. All these feathers of this person sitting up here. Often the Eight of Air is seen as a card of kind of being trapped in your thoughts, which it could also be. you kind of not being able to escape this situation, just playing kind of heavily on your heart and on your soul at this time. Pisces is something else that's come through very strongly here. I'm sorry about that glare. So it kind of feels almost on some level as though this energy here is from beyond, where somebody is trying to get messages through. Like signs, trying to show you something, trying to give you an indication that it feels like messages of like, don't do it. Whatever you're thinking about here, whatever you're contemplating, don't do it, is what's coming through for me, Pisces. So that was the past energy, which is still affecting you, I feel, in the present energy, because we have the 5 of water here as well. And in this 5 of water, it feels like a strong sense of kind of going down into the depths of these emotions. Whereas here, it's kind of been more like, how can I put it, kind of intellectualized. Like you're working through it, but you're working through it on an intellectual level, like I know it, I know that something, that I can't do this, so I know that I can't do anything about this, I know that I have to move on, keep going. But it's a very intellectual, it's like you've dealt with it on a more logical level, shall we say, than on a heart level. And this feels more like going down into that depth of the emotions, of really experiencing that heartbreak, because I kind of see that heart there in the center as being what's kind of dragging the energy down here. And the sadness and the sorrow. And then we have the 8 of fire at the very center of the reading here. And this for me is the heart of the matter, the heart of the reading. The center card is always for me the energy where it's all kind of taking place. And I'm seeing it similar to this energy here, like these messages are going to start coming through, because this bamboo here in the background is also like the kind of veil between worlds, Pisces. So each of these, it feels like each of these feathers, this 8 of air energy here, each of these feathers is kind of coming in as messages that are kind of lighting up your world now. It's almost like you've moved into this space where you're beginning to understand or feel things, like since you've gone into this space of your heart and your real emotion here, rather than just, as I was saying, kind of working with the mind and the intellect and the logic. Possible feelings of despair and also not wanting to be here is also what I was picking up. It's like it almost feels like something that is, how can I put it? I don't know if it's a secret as such. I wouldn't say it's a secret, but it's like something that you are keeping to yourself. Like this new world has opened up to you, this new, possibly very psychic world is how it's coming through for me. But something is being revealed here. And for those of you who this isn't about somebody who has moved into that spirit realm, this is more to do with you, again, kind of that sense of logic, that sense of being trapped in your own headspace, of not being able to see or feel. Everything was in the head, it was all kind of going round and round, and you needed to let that go, release it. And the only way that you've been able to do that is to really experience the emotional fallout or trauma of this situation, of this person leaving you. But again, it's kind of brought in this new, again, this new world, this new opening up to something beyond what you were seeing or envisaging. It's like getting glimpses of something, getting glimpses, you're kind of seeing. It feels like seeing your future, beginning to kind of, the new path for you to take, where you're heading. And then we have the Temperance or the Patience card here, which talks about divine timing in many ways. She's got all these clocks on her and around her. So it's saying don't okay, for some it feels like it's saying don't forget. Don't forget, and just this sense of be patient. Like when the time is right, it will happen. Don't try and make it happen. Don't try and force anything. Allow things to happen in the right time, in the divine time that it's meant to happen. Allow things to happen naturally. There's something to do with timing here, and like clockwork, something to do with clockwork possibly. Like you may have a certain date in your head for something here, Pisces. You may have set a certain time for something to happen. And I'm kind of getting this feeling that when it's ready, it will happen. When the time is right, it will happen, and not before. And the energy that's moving in your future is the moon. And again, there's like this veil here as well that's being lifted. For many of you, it feels as though something is being revealed, something is beginning to show itself that hasn't shown itself for you up to now. Like maybe a path is opening up for you. Like I was saying, a new direction, a new path is coming into being. And with the Patience card and the Moon card as well, kind of saying don't force anything. If you don't understand it all at this time, then that's okay. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to know what's happening. Like you don't need all the details. Don't try and find out all the details is kind of how it's coming through. You don't need to know it all. There is a need to trust. Trust the universe. Trust the divine timing. That when the time is ready, it will all be revealed, is what's coming through here. And again, something to do with clocks. I don't know whether there was something to do with clocks in this person's life. But I'm seeing like in her hair, she has this, so I'm just going to take my glasses off for a minute. She has this like moon and stars, like hair piece. And it's very similar to what she's also wearing in her hair as well. Don't know if you can see that very clearly. But there is just this sense of it will be revealed at the right time. It's like you're already beginning to feel stirrings of this, like things are beginning to be revealed. You're beginning to see like parts of it, but not all of it. It's how it's kind of coming through. And you just have to be patient and wait for the right time. for this to occur. And we have the Messenger of Fire after this Moon card. In reverse. Again, it feels like this sense of something coming through from a different place, a different dimension. Again, she's got these 8 candles. I've just noticed these 8 candles that are on her head here. Which for me are kind of relating to this 8 of fire energy here as well. As I was saying, kind of things being revealed and lit up for you. It is in reverse. And again, this could have something to do with a birthday coming up, something that's meaningful. Okay, so yeah, it could be somebody's birthday, like feels like a kind of celebration, people gathering together, but this person, whoever this is about, isn't going to be there. And it could be that this is the first time that they're not going to be at this gathering, possibly a family gathering is how it's coming through, like some kind of celebration. And because of that, it's like you are very aware of that missing person, of that space that should be there. It should be them. They should be in that space or that place or that time. And yet they're not going to be. Is how it's coming through. Again, whether this is somebody who has just walked out and has caused a lot of emotional upset and you feeling empty, like ghost-like empty, like something's missing out of your life, like something has just kind of walked out the door, or whether it's somebody who has actually, as I was saying, passed on here. Either way, it's going to feel, for some of you Pisceans out there, it's like you're focusing, you're going to be at this place, at this party, at this time with these people, but you're very much kind of feeling on your own. Like there's a distance, and you're very aware, like I was saying, you're very aware of who's not there. You're more focused on who's not there than who is there. And even though people are trying to kind of cheer you up, make you feel okay, make you feel as though you should be there, you're not feeling it. And the last card that we have here is the King of Earth, who is also in reverse. And she's coming through for me today as a, well, I always see this card as an ancient wisdom, an ancient knowledge, ancient, something that's ancient and has always been there. There's this kind of sense of something that's kind of stagnant. It's stagnant energy, it's stagnated, it's something that needs to be, or it will be, because this is future energy. So there's going to be this feeling that something needs to be kind of laid to rest, maybe. Because the King of Earth is literally about the earth energy in the ground. So this could actually be something to do with a funeral, or it could be to do with an anniversary to do with a funeral. Is also what's coming through here. Something that needs to be laid to rest. And that's a message for some of you. That's not for all Pisceans out there. But I do feel as though there is going to be some kind of celebration or some get-together where you are going to be very aware of the missing energy, the energy that's not there in your life anymore. With this King of Earth energy as well. But it still needs to be laid to rest on some level. You still need to clear it out of your life, because it feels as though it's kind of yeah, it feels like it's stagnating, or it's like lack of growth is also what's coming through here as well. That there is no more, like it's not growing anymore. There's no more growth to be had from this situation. It's gone as far as it can go in your life, and you need to allow it to move on. And I feel that that's kind of on both levels here as well. So that's really interesting, because you've got the Six of Cups twice here. So that would say, it says to me that this is a very deep soul connection, which is why you feel a real loss without this in your life. You are missing this energy, this person, and everything about them. like they were your companion, they were your friend, they were your lover, they were your partner. They were everything to you, is how it's coming through. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Tower in reverse as well. So this situation has really, because it's over the top of the Three of Air as well, which is all about this kind of laying this past energy to rest. And that light is so bright. It feels like you know, that light that people talk about. Go towards the light at the end of the tunnel, that light. But for you, Pisces, it feels like that's not the right thing for you to do. That's not the right, that you are not supposed to do that, because the Tower is in reverse here as well, and this light here, I feel, as though this was quite a sudden, unexpected event, and it's kind of shattered all of your self-worth, your self-esteem. And there's this person here that's falling into this light here. And with the Tower in reverse, it kind of, it's saying to me that it's something that was completely unexpected, completely out of the blue. Whether it was this person walking out the door or whether it was something more permanent, shall we say. Either way, it kind of has completely thrown your world, like your whole kind of idea, your whole kind of who you thought you were has been demolished, is the word that's coming through here. Completely kind of devastated, demolished. So I need to take a drink. I need to hydrate myself there. Yeah, it's very much and it made you look at everything, is how it's coming through as well. Like you really had to take a look at everything around you. Everything that you thought was secure and was always going to be there for you. It's like you now realise that it's like a false security. Is how it's come through. And we have the Knight of Swords over the top of the Eight of Air here. And again, the Knight of Swords is a very fast moving, quick action energy. So I do feel as though this was something that was very unexpected, very sudden. Out of the blue, like no time to talk about anything, no time to discuss anything. Whether it was just this person walking out on you, they did it without actually talking to you about anything, they just upped and left. Or whether it was something very sudden that took this person out of your life. Like an accident that might have happened, which is kind of how it's feeling on some level here. Something that was very sudden, very, very quick, very fast. Almost like 1 minute they were there and then they were just gone. Okay, so we have over the top of the 5 of water, we have the 5 of water again. So there really is this devastating, emotional, like just swimming in the depths of despair is how it's coming through. This real sense of despair, not knowing what to do. Not knowing how to cope. And it's come out with the Page of Cups, which is also in reverse as well. So for me, I'm kind of seeing it as this same energy here, that this person, this Page of Cups energy, was the love of your life. But it does feel as though this is weird, but it almost feels as though it's kind of moved into another place. Like it's moved into another. And this is kind of what I was getting with this 8 of Fire. It's like it's not a secret as such, but it's almost like you've decided to kind of like compartmentalize this in a way. Like this is the part for them. This is where they belong now. I'm not going to let it go. So this is where they stay. This is where they belong. Is how it's coming through. And for some of you, this could also have been a child as well. For some of you Pisces, this could have been a child, or a child could well have been affected in this as well. We also have the Page of Cups and the 9 of Rods together, which is implying for me a situation of 9 of Rods. I see it as a trying to move forward but keep getting dragged back into the past type of energy here. like wanting to be strong, trying to kind of keep your strength up. But also a sense of kind of knowing that this person is not, it feels like knowing that they're not coming back. But they're not coming back, that's their decision, that's it, they've made that decision. Again, whether this is somebody just walking out the door on you, or whether that's something that's very final. It's like knowing that that's it. Like, there's this cut-off point, there's this kind of blockage. Within the relationship, or what was a relationship. And we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Three of Rods upright, the Six of Rods upright, and the Empress in reverse over the top of this Eight of Fire energy, which is kind of your world, glimpses into this new future kind of being revealed. And this messenger, like this Three of Cups energy, feels similar to me to this Messenger of Fire energy as well. It's like you don't really want to celebrate. You don't really want to, like, life in general for you at this moment, at this time, Pisces, is not particularly celebratory for you. You can't see anything that feels good or looks good, even though it's kind of saying, you know, it will pass, it will change, because nothing stays the same. But at this time, the energy feels very much about, you know, there's no reconciliation. So you're kind of with this Three of Rods, you're looking for ways to move beyond this energy, to get past it. It's the Three of Cups, the Three of Rods, and the Three of Air that are out on the table. The only one missing is the Three of Coins. And there is this sense of kind of like a breakthrough in a way, of moving forward. With the Six of Rods. With this energy here, which is at the very heart. But there's also the Empress in reverse as well. So it's still, for me, talking about the fact that this person is Empress energy, male or female, was the love of your life, still is the love of your life. It's like something that you can't and aren't going to allow that to just kind of be ignored. Almost like you're going to, with this Six of Rods here, it almost feels like you're going to champion this energy somehow. That you're going to, I'm not quite sure in what way, but almost like it feels almost like you're going to take something that's quite negative and you're going to turn it into a positive somehow. And what's the word I'm getting here? Yeah, champion was the word that came through. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Champion. Like wear this as a kind of like a badge of honor in a way. I don't know quite what that means either. Like proud. Like you're proud to have been a part of this person's life, or for this person to have been a part of your life. Even though there is a sense of like letting something go here as well with these kind of ships. I kind of see this more as the ships leaving. And you kind of standing on the shore, watching them go, letting them go, releasing the energy. And kind of making a decision here as well. It kind of feels like you're making a decision to move on, but at the same time not to let go, not to forget. Because you've got the Nine of Swords here as well, which is the energy that's it kind of feels like something that you are going to kind of keep to yourself in a way. Like it's not something that you're going to be I'm getting kind of, you're not going to be constantly talking about it, you're not going to be constantly, but it's going to be there. It's like you're going to keep it to yourself. It's going to be your personal kind of sense of sorrow. Pisces is what's coming through. This is a very unusual reading because I don't usually read the cards from the same kind of perspective. But over the top of the moon energy we have the Emperor. Okay, so it almost looks to me like he's holding this crystal ball in his hand here. Like he knows what he knows. And this, interestingly as well, this kind of laurel here that is on top of this rod is also around his head as well. So it's like he's crowned by this. He's kind of taken control of the situation. He's kind of, or you yourself here, Pisces, again, doesn't have to be a he, but there's a sense of kind of making the best of the situation. And these things that are going to be revealed to you, it's almost like the same. I'm seeing this as this kind of same energy, this crystal ball, like things being revealed. Things that are yet to come to light. And that's also what I mean by kind of champion this energy as well. And for some of you, Pisces, not all of you, but for some of you, I feel as though it could open a door for you into the kind of psychic realm here. Because you've got the Emperor and the Empress here as well. So this definitely was a very powerful relationship at one time, which was very much on kind of equal footing. And it feels that you grew with each other, you learnt a lot from each other, you understood each other deeply. And it does feel for some of you that there is going to be this kind of opening into this other world, this other dimension. Like I was saying, possibly opening up your own psychic world here, your own psychic ability, which may be something that you are going to at first kind of keep quiet or keep to yourself. And it may be that it's going to cause a lot more pain and sorrow when it does happen as well. It may make you feel for a while, because it's not going to be in the physical, it may make you feel that it's even worse rather than better. But it does feel on some level that that is going to change, and that you will, as I was saying, you will take more control over it. Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Well, the Eight of Pentacles is about kind of trying things out to see how they fit, is what's coming through here, especially with the Seven of Cups here. Like something that you're going to work through, work with, work on. Like each of these pentacles here, I feel represents one of these 7 cups here as well. And it may be that as you open up to things that it becomes more confusing for you, Pisces. As you're opening into this other kind of dimension, this other realm. It's kind of how it's coming through here. With this Eight of Pentacles as well, like you're going to work on it. You're not going to give up on this. For those of you who this is opening up the doors for the new understanding. And I'm also getting that it may not be easy. It may not be an easy path that you're taking. And it may be filled with a lot of surprises. And some of them may not all be what's the word? Like, may not all be like other people's opinions, having to kind of face other people's opinions as well and other people's ideas. Of what it's all about, of how they view what this is and how you should and shouldn't behave, how you should and shouldn't respond to something. Is kind of what I'm getting here, because this is over the top of this messenger of fire, which I do feel is about something that is celebratory and yet not celebratory in a way. And it does feel as though people, lots of different people are going to kind of give you their input. But at the end of the day, you're just going to keep your attention and your focus on your own like what's good for you. And that's how I feel with these Seven of Cups, like all of these Seven of Cups are all these different people's ideas, opinions on it. Why you should, why you shouldn't go down that road. Don't open that door. And everybody's going to have their viewpoints. And they're all going to come from their own kind of emotional beliefs on things as well. But the Six of Swords is saying that you are going to be moving forward. Although you do have the Four of Cups in reverse as well. Over the top of this King of Earth, which I do feel is this stagnant energy. It could also be, again, it could also be other people trying to kind of keep you in that same energy, that same place, like not allowing things to change. Like needing to change your environment maybe as well, like clear things out so that you can move on. Because the Six of Swords is about moving on, it is about leaving the sadness and the sorrow behind and moving into fresh pastures, new energy, new life. And there looks like there's a real strong determination there as well. Like Pisces, you're very determined that this is where you're heading. And that it is kind of your emotional, because you're coming out of stormy kind of turmoiled waters here, which always relates to the emotions, like the feelings within you, the water, the emotion, which is kind of driving you forward, pushing you on, is how you feel about this. Which is going to push you past this stagnant place, or this environment, these people who are kind of expecting you to kind of stay in the same place and do the same thing. And you're like, no, I'm pushing on. I'm going to take this with me, but I'm going to clear out that environment. I'm going to move past it. And that could actually be physically as well as emotionally. It could also be that you are going to actually physically move somewhere, change your environment completely, head to a different place where you're not kind of going over the same ground, feeling the same emotions, remembering, having the same memories. So let's see what the advice is for you here. Pisces, I'm not going to take that one. Or am I? It looks like I am. It is relationship. And it says, I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. It kind of seems quite fitting on some level. I wasn't going to take it, but then it was kind of like, it felt right. It felt like the right card. So, a lesson from the Angel Guide Oracle. What's the lesson, Pisces, that you're learning at this time? Do the work. Do the work, which is very much about the heart connection here. So let's see what do the work wants to say. So the message is, if you are wondering whether to move forward or not, this card is a message from your angels to continue on. You might feel that your current situation requires more time and energy than you are able to give, and there's a good chance that you are feeling disheartened or even drained. It's important to know that everything involved in this situation is pivotal to your growth, expansion, and spiritual connection. Also what I was feeling here with this King of Earth energy. Stagnation, no growth from staying where you are. This card invites you to switch on the light you have within. It's time to be a star, to rise up, to get behind the wheel and drive the journey of your life. Yes, energy is going to be needed to hustle and push, but every single effort you make will pay off. Right now you are sending out a signal, and that will create a wave that can lay the foundation for the rest of your life. Very interesting. Very interesting reading, Pisces. Not at all what I was expecting to be doing, but this is the last reading in this cycle, so I will be starting the readings off again. So very unusual, very interesting reading, and I hope, Pisces, that it has made some sense to some of you out there. If it has, please could you thumbs it up for me. The more likes I get, the more it gets put out into the bigger YouTube world. More people will get to see the video and hopefully be able to come back to my channel where they can subscribe. Thank you to all of you who do subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please could you do so, because I'm really trying to grow my channel at this time. I know that I haven't been around for a while, but I am back now doing all of the sun signs, all of the full moon and the new moon energies as well, or readings, and both the tarot cards and the astrology readings. What I was going to say there, Mercury is retrograde at this time, so I have an excuse when my mouth can't keep up with my brain. So anything else? Yeah, please also check out my playlist, because I have all my videos over there. No times, no dates, because shit happens all the time. So if any of the titles there resonate with you, please give them a watch, and if it feels like your reading, then it is your reading at that time. And on the whole, please share my videos. Thank you very much for those of you who have shared my videos, and I'm going to leave that there and say thank you very much, Pisces, for listening to this reading. Oh, before I forget, cusp energy of Pisces, you're going to be at the beginning of Pisces moving out of Aquarius, and if you're the 29 degrees end of Pisces, you're going to be moving into the Aries reading, so you might want to check out both of those as well if you are at those degree points. And yep, lastly, please share this with anybody, and thank you very much for watching. Please take care.